Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to Spider Cafe, place for creepy crawly talk and macro photography. Today we're gonna talk about one of our spiders that had a rough start to his life, but we were able to pamper him to a fully grown adult. And we named him Quadsky because his accident that he had, he lost 4 of his legs. So some of you may remember from my last video when I mentioned we had pregnant female bolt jumping spider, and I basically had adopted temporarily all of her babies. It was around 100-120 maybe, and they were all very healthy and they all did really well except for one. I kept them on our balcony in a butterfly habitat. They are pretty big, so they all had enough space there, so they were all kept communally. And one day I noticed that one of them had his rear legs stuck in a molt, so I separated him from all of the others and put him in like a small, deli cup at the time. Initially he was doing well. He was able to actually eat when I did it. I gave him some fruit flies immediately, but then I was gonna say it got worse, but it didn't. Initially it got better. Next day some of the old molt, the old exoskeleton was broken off, and so on his legs were still stuck in it, and his butt a little bit too, but it wasn't as big. So I was like, oh, maybe it'll break off and he'll be just fine. Then the day later, when I saw him, he actually was already without all of his legs, without 4 of his legs, not all of his legs, 4 of his legs, making it a little bit more dramatic than it is. But so he lost 4 of his legs. On one side he only had a front leg, and on the other side he had 2 legs. Does it make sense? Was it 2 or 3? Now I'm confused. 3 legs. It had to be 3 legs, yeah. So on the other side he had 3 legs. So I kind of started observing him because I wanted to see how he's doing, and I kept watching him for a couple of days and he just wasn't able to catch a fly. The fruit flies, even the wingless fruit flies, they move pretty fast, and I guess it looked like he was misjudging his distance too. So he would jump but he would never get close enough, he would just be just a tiny bit short, and so he would always miss basically, and they would never get close enough to him to where he could just grab it. So it was kind of sad to see. So I wasn't really sure what to do at the time, so I figured food would be probably number one. So I ended up running to pet store, and I ended up grabbing some mealworms, but they were still too big for him and he just didn't show any interest. It was already pretty skinny actually as a sling. It doesn't take I guess as long, but they can survive without food for a long time. So that didn't work. But then I remembered that on our plants on a balcony we have these larger I call them fruit flies. I actually don't know what kind of fly it is. They look like a larger fruit flies. They dark blue, almost black, and they barely move. So I grabbed one of those and put it in his little cup, and he was actually able to grab it. So that was amazing. I was very happy because I knew that if I can feed him, we can basically pamper him back to life. And after that I was able to find one caterpillar, which was again awesome. He really loved it. And then I ended up getting one more of these flies, and then he molted. Once he molted, we're gonna show you some pictures where his legs, he regenerated his legs, and you can kind of see that they're a little weaker and a little thinner. I don't know if they're weaker, but they just look weaker, they're thinner, and they have a little bit of a different color. After that he molted again and his legs completely regrew. Right now he is a full adult and he's doing great. We hang out with him often. We try to take out some of these jumpers once a week from their enclosures and just kind of like I said, hang out with them. Some of them like to jump on our hands, some of them don't like it. Some of them, once they feel that it's a hand, that it's something warm, that it's something alive, they immediately jump off. They just don't like it. But some of them like it, and then they crawl through your hair or jump from hand to hand, and it is pretty entertaining. We may pair up Quadsky because we currently we're not breeders or anything. Obviously I'm just getting into the hobby, but we have a couple of breeding projects anyway, and one of them is these spiders, Phidippus audax, and Phidippus, I think it's Phidippus, audax, and ball jumping spider, and we're waiting to see if our female is pregnant, and if she's been kind of hiding for maybe almost a month now. So I'm still waiting for her to lay the egg, and if she doesn't, then we wanna pair up Quadsky with another female that we have that we call Rose, and they seem like they would be a cute couple. Rose is definitely eyeing him when we put them next to each other in enclosures. You can definitely see sparks there, which is pretty entertaining. So that was Quadsky's story for you. Since then I had one more bad molt. Well, I didn't, but one of my spiders did. One of the bowies. We made our first video about them, and this time the spider was a little bit bigger, so I was able to use this tool and actually help him a little bit and cut out some of the old exoskeleton and cut it out basically around his legs, and he still lost a couple of legs, but it's better than, you know, 4 legs. And he since then regenerated one, and we're still waiting for the second one, but I believe that he's gonna be able to do it because he just ate for 26 hours. I've never had a spider eating this long, and you know, obviously my experience is short, but 26 hours. He ate a cricket for like a day and 2 hours, and he actually looks like an orb beaver now, not like a huntsman, because huntsmen are nice and flat, and he has a big belly like a little tick. And quick update on our collection. We had few molts. That one, I have 2 bowies, so the second bovie molted was looking nice. So the goal is basically to have at least like 6 to 8 spiders that are nice sized, so I can actually have a nice feeding video. We don't want to get the collection too big at the moment, but I would love to be able to have like a nice full feeding video of like 6 to 8 big spiders. I think that would be pretty entertaining, especially since we have some big jumpers, we have some huntsmen, and we have some tarantulas. My GBB tarantula molted, it still looks the same. It's one of those tarantulas that looks different when it's sling than when it's adult. So it still has the sling coloration. And then my dwarf tarantula also molted. The mold is tiny, so I wasn't even sure what it was in her little vial where I keep her at the moment, and took it out with my pincers and tweezers, and took a picture, and yeah, it's her mold, so I'm very happy about it. These are gorgeous dwarf tarantulas. They grow only about, I want to say, 4 centimeters, 5 centimeters, 2 inches, and they have a heart-like marking on their abdomen, and you know, they look very pretty, and they're really outgoing, and they like to stay on display, so that's one of the reasons why we picked her. And as a spider cafe, we're heading out to Arizona for a few days over the holidays, and I'm hoping to see some invertebrates still. You know, it would be nice to see some spiders or some scorpions or something like that. It's gonna be pretty cold, but we wanna try out early in the evening where the temperatures are still, you know, in like 15 degrees Celsius, 10 degrees Celsius, so fingers crossed, we'll see. Maybe we won't find anything, and you know, we'll just have a good time in Arizona. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I hope to see you soon. We are planning on making another video very soon. Alright, later, ciao. This crazy girl. This crazy guy. There you go. Back home. Thank you. That was a lot of fun. I was hoping I'm gonna get a shot with you on my head. I was really like hoping for that, but he is the most fun. Secretly, you are my